Government is on a mission to transform the public sector to make it more efficient and responsive to the needs of the Jamaican economy. Since the public sector is responsible for executing much of government's policies and programs while ensuring that the affairs of the country are intact, there is a need to transform and modernize the civil service. That involves the development of the Human Capital Management Enterprise System, a computerized human resource database that's to be implemented by January 2015. eGov Jamaica, formerly Fiscal Services Limited, should be the first live site.
Bids for the supply of the software have been received and reviewed. Prospective vendors have been receiving clarification where necessary. It is projected to award the contract by September of this year.
And since the public sector has been mandated to become more business and customer friendly, the Management Institute for National Development has been conducting training sessions to positively change the attitude of public sector workers. Improving the transparency, integrity, and efficiency of public procurement is also part of the Modernization initiative. After all, the purchasing of goods and services on behalf of the country accounts for approximately 30% of Jamaica's gross domestic product. For the 2013-2014 financial year, Cabinet issued $50.5 billion in contracts to over 3,000 companies. To strengthen the public procurement process, a new procurement law will be tabled in Parliament soon.
There will also be established a public procurement appeals body where a contractor can appeal to. If you feel you are wrong as a contractor, as someone doing service for government, you go to the Public Appeals Board.
65 of the 84 contractors who were not registered by the National Contracts Commission, the NCC, have been invited to submit their applications for registration. Previously, all 84 contractors were not allowed to register as they were being investigated by the Office of the Contractor General, the OCG, which referred some of the files to the Police Fraud Squad. For the remaining 19 contractors, 15 files are still with the Fraud Squad and 4 are still with the OCG.
No regulatory or certifying agency can operate in this manner if businesses are to develop and thrive. Our local contractors play a very important role in executing government projects while providing jobs for our people.
And so a new contractor registration system will be developed and the emergency contracting procedures reviewed. The NCC will also be separated from the Office of the Contractor General and given its own office and staff. The NCC will then be renamed the Public Procurement Commission. To speed up the contracts award process, the Ministry of Finance will no longer need to comment on all contracts before they are approved. The compensation packages of government workers are also part of the public sector transformation project. Having completed a review of the compensation packages, come November, government will begin public sector wage negotiations for the 2015-2017 contract period. A number of sensitive issues will be addressed during the discussions.
These include the question of the sustainability of some of the allowances payable in the health sector, on-call, overtime, sessions, which have been the subject of recent disagreements between the health professionals and the management of some regional health authorities.
The issue of personal deductions paid over by government agencies on behalf of workers will also be addressed. As for the staff orders, a revised version should be implemented during this financial year following consultations with stakeholders. Public sector pension reform continues to be a critical component of the modernization process. The new public sector pension regime is scheduled for implementation by April 2016 and includes the following:
introduction of the 5% contribution of all employees, the gradual increase of the normal retirement age from 60 to 65. On retirement, the worker will still continue to be given the option to receive a lump sum payment as presently obtained.
The Registrar General's and the Accountant General's departments will also work out a system so that pensioners do not have to get updated life certificates every 3 months. That way, pensioners will be better able to receive their money on time and less pension payments will be withheld or suspended. Government is also moving to streamline the operations of public sector agencies to boost efficiency. As such, the merger of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and the Jamaica Racing Commission is proceeding according to plan. Under Phase 1, the finance, human resource and core enforcement functions will be merged.
The merger committee, assisted by a consultant, is in the final stage of defining the merger strategy. But the merger, the first phase, will begin next month to merge BGLC with the JRC, and the final phase in October.
The final phase involves a merger of other operational functions and the introduction of new legislation to complete the amalgamation. And following amendments to the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act earlier this year, government will be exploring other strategies to tap into the multi-billion-dollar gaming industry. In the last fiscal year, government collected about $4.6 billion in revenue from the gaming industry. The divestment of key public assets is also a priority on government's list as it moves to modernize the public sector. Following the establishment of an enterprise team to oversee the divestment of Caymanas Track Limited, two groups have expressed an interest in the facility: the Racing Divestment Committee in Jamaica and the Britnell Development Group in the United States.
The team, assisted by a strategic consultant, continues to work towards the finalization of this transaction before the end of the year.
The government of Jamaica on a mission to modernize the public sector, making it more efficient and business-friendly so it can respond to the needs of the Jamaican economy.